Hello, welcome to Dr. Amina's Royal Ayurveda. We want to share very valuable research on diabetic foot ulcer gangrene. Here is good news for mankind that Royal Ayurveda has invented special, success and speedy treatment for gangrene. This treatment supplies proper blood to affected part of body wound by balancing their vasculation, that leads to proper oxygen supply so rejuvenation of tissues is done, that leads to wound healing process, so that within short time diabetic foot ulcer gangrene can be healed. Now gangrene is curable at Dr. Amina's Royal Ayurveda. Gangrene is a serious and potential life-threatening condition that arises when a considerable mass of body tissues dies. It is reduced blood supply to the affected tissues, which results in cell death, diabetes, and long-term diseases increase the risk of suffering from gangrene. The high blood sugar level may eventually damage the nerves, especially in the feet. When the nerves are damaged, the patient does not feel pain, and will not know if he or she has an injury. The patient may continue walking without protecting the wound may aggravate and develop in foot ulcer. High blood sugar levels may also damage blood vessels, resulting in poor blood supply to the area. Less blood supply means less nutrients, oxygen for the tissue cells. So the ulcer becomes more infected, the infection grows rapidly and gangrene develops. Diabetic foot ulcer is a major complication of diabetes, mellitus, and probably the major component of the diabetic foot. It occurs in 15% of all patients with diabetes and precedes 84% of all lower leg amputations. Major increase in mortality among diabetic patients, observed over the past 20 years, is considered to be due to the development of macro and microvascular complications, including failure of the wound healing process. Wound healing is an innate mechanism of action that works reliably most of the time. A key feature of wound healing is stepwise repair of lost extracellular matrix, ECM, that forms the largest component of the dermal skin layer. Controlled and accurate rebuilding is essential to avoid under or overhealing that may lead to various abnormalities. But in some cases, certain disorders or physiological insult disturbs the wound healing process. Diabetes mellitus is one such metabolic disorder that impedes the normal steps of the wound healing process. Many histopathological studies show a prolonged inflammatory phase in diabetic wounds, which causes a delay in the formation of mature granulation tissue, and a parallel reduction in wound tensile strength. Here is good news for mankind that Dr. Amina's Royal Ayurveda has invented special, success and speedy treatment for gangrene. This treatment supplies proper blood to affected part of body wound by balancing their vasculation, that leads to proper oxygen supply, so rejuvenation of tissues is done that leads to wound healing process. So that within short time of diabetic foot ulcer, gangrene can be healed. Now gangrene is curable at Dr. Amina's Royal Ayurveda. Contact us on our website, www.royalayurveda.com.